Inmersos en la era digital, la tecnología sin duda está condicionando el modo de hacer y esto también ocurre, lógicamente, en el turismo gastronómico. Por eso, a continuación, lo que vamos a hacer es conocer los 5 proyectos finalistas de la primera competición mundial para startups de turismo gastronómico, organizado por la OMT y por el Basque Culinary Center. Son proyectos, todos ellos, de carácter innovador y que siguen la estrategia diseñada por la Organización Mundial del Turismo y que además están sujetas a los objetivos del desarrollo sostenible. Tenemos que lamentar la ausencia del señor Ernesto Gasco, teniente alcalde y concejal de turismo de Donostia-San Sebastián, por motivos imprevistos. En cualquier caso, vamos a seguir adelante. A continuación vamos a invitar a Natalia Bayona, experta de alto nivel en innovación y transformación digital de la OMT, y también a Anais Iglesias, responsable de Culinary Action del BCC. Van a liderar ellas la sesión. Un aplauso para ellas, por favor.
Bueno, buenos días y bienvenidos a esta primera competición internacional de startups de turismo gastronómico. Welcome everybody to this first competition for startups in tourism gastronomy. My name is Anais Iglesias. I'm coming from Basque Culinary Center, and I'm presenting my colleague, Natalia. Come here. She's an expert in innovation and digital transformation from the UNWTO, so welcome.
Thank you.
So we are starting now with the competition. We're naming the first startup.
Yes, of course. So thank you once again. I am so proud about this initiative. This is the first time in the history of United Nations World Tourism Organization and Basque Culinary Center, a pioneer institution regarding gastronomy, that we have created an initiative about the startups. So we received more than 350 projects from more than 80 countries. So I am so happy, so proud, and so pleased. Here, we would have the opportunity to promote innovation, digital transformation, and how to change the way not only we eat, but also we do tourism. So I would like to present the first startup. I don't know if you have been in Italy before. Please raise your hand. That's nice. So my Italian startups, you have to be proud. And what do you think about the Italian food? More or less, no? Of course not. It's one of the top of the world. So I would like to introduce you to the first startup that is focused on agriculture and rural tourism. So please, ARB, the floor is yours. You have 5 minutes sharp.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, buenos dias. My name is Francesco Fratto from Italy. Yeah, thank you. The first one, thanks. ARB is ARP in Italian, is an innovation broker in rural development and agriculture, multifunctional agriculture. Our approach starts from fundamental raw materials of gastronomy tourism, land, farmers, and territories, and from a deep knowledge of their needs. So we support the first link in the supply chain. We like to envision a local gastronomy tourism system made in agriculture and farms. Ahead of us, there are many problems. For example, at the end of today, in Italy, 17 hectares will not be used for food production because of soil sealing. So the paradox is more and more tourists attracted by food, but fewer and fewer food producers and land available to produce food. Hence the needs, first of all, the diversification of farms' activities and the ability to manage corporate complexity. And then the resources, first of all, the identity, awareness and responsibility of the role of farmers, and finally, the education for responsible and sustainable tourist habits. So we work to create an ecosystem based on a short supply chain for the valorization of small enterprises, land and farms, human capital, landscape, and traditional techniques, like direct sale, agritourism, social farmings. The overall of those farm models, macro models, generate a business volume equal to 25% of business volume of gastronomy tourism in Italy. The growth potential is still very high. Our business model is inspired by a ripple effect, like a stone in a pond. It is built upon three main functions. We observe market and legislation, macro and micro dynamics. Pardon. Our services are design and planning, technical support, creation of networks and partnership, training, etc. We have three partners, three multifunctional farms, and our most important clients are our largest Italian association of farmers and its foundation, a national agency for ethical agriculture for the implementation of a best practices community, public, national, and regional institutions, research institutes, and farms. Our channels are those of our clients, of which we support contents and editing for favoring the direct contact between consumers and farmers. Thanks to our outputs and through the ripple effect of our networks, we are able to reach all our targets, farmers, technicians, public institutions, and consumers, with significant impacts. Our marketing strategies is based on high specialization. Our strengths are good reputation, relational capital, high specialization, and ethical and people-centric, person-centric approach. We are satisfied because in our first year, our business volume is equal to 200,000 euros, and so we are happy for this. But we would like to consolidate our business model in Italy by hiring new human resources, new young talents, to expand our model in all Italian regions. Our driving forces are passion for our job, of course, and trust in the future and in people. ARB was founded in February 2018 by Angela Galasso, an agronomist, is there, and myself, I'm an economist. The whole ARB team, Marco Macri and Martina, junior agronomist, and then Silvia Paolini, farmers and agronomist, Matteo Gugliotto, farmer and designer. All of us, we believe that agriculture and gastronomy tourism are a wonderful collective project, as nature teaches us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Before we continue with the second startup, I would like to present, it's an honor to have this jury here. So first of all, we have the leader of this strategy of innovation and digital transformation inside the World Tourism Organization. Please give a warm applause to our first jury, that is Mr. Surab Pololikashvili, Secretary General of the UNWTO. The second person is a gastronomy leader, and of course, thanks to him, we are here today. So, Jose Mari, the CEO and General Director of Basque Culinary Center, please, a warm applause to him. Do you know who's the top business angel from Spain? Please raise your hand if you know. And Echo, we need more personal branding for you. So please, let's applaud to the top business angel in Spain, and Econor, that is from this region as well. Where is ceviche from? This is a very terrible question because I'm Colombian. Ecuador, where is ceviche from? Who said Peru? So I would like to introduce to a very good colleague and of course one of my neighbors from the region, from Peru, is one of the main partners of this project, and thanks to them, the startup that would win the global startup competition would give, from Peru, would give some aid for housing in order to, of course, take this project into a pilot project inside Basque Culinary Center. So I would like a warm applause to our Peruvian colleagues. And of course, before we present the next startup, I would remind you that the winner of this challenge would win an acceleration process here inside Basque Culinary Center with top mentors. And of course, they would have the opportunity to pilot the project inside Basque Culinary Center. So before we start with the second startup, members of the jury, do you have any question for our first startup, or we can go ahead with the second one? Any questions? No? So the floor is yours once again to present the second startup.
Thank you, Natalia. So our next startup is a Spanish representative. The name is Artilen. We have the CEO with us, César Lapuente. This enterprise, this startup, is a combination of deep learning and technologies and augmented reality for fresh food and food waste. So please welcome César, and the stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, egunon, buenos días, bonjour, because I live near here in France. So, my name is César, and I'm going to, sorry, it's okay? Can I start? Okay. My name is César, and I'm going to talk about Artilen, the augmented reality and deep learning assistant for food management and training. Let's start with a little test about your knowledge on food management. Sure, this is a banana, but imagine that you are working in a restaurant and you need to decide if you give this banana to the customer. You give it up the hands if you think you have to give the banana to the customer. No? It's okay? You give it? Just one person. Oh, really? This is an avocado, and the same. Do you think you give this avocado to the customer? Please, raise your hands. Okay. Nice, it's okay. So, but the result is, the first one is too ripe, too mature. You don't have to give it. And this one, neither, because it's too green. So, what is the problem of this? The problem is food waste. It's a big problem for the society and also for economy and sure for business and for companies, restaurants, supermarkets, etc. Any numbers about this problem is 300 kilos, the food waste, 300 kilos per year per person in Europe. 40%, I think it's a problem with that. 40% are fruits and vegetables. 40% of this food waste is in the end of the chain of the consumption. So in restaurants, in supermarkets, in markets, in shops, food shops. And in Spain, the waste of food in shops is around 11%. Okay? And finally, just a point is, in restaurants in Spain, every day they waste 2.5 kilos of food. And this represents around 3,000 euros per year. And this is the problem. What is the solution? I showed you the solution. This is a little video about Artilen. There's no...
Of supermarkets, grocery stores, or warehouses. Through such technology, using mobile or tablet, the user obtains in real time detailed information about the displayed product, being able to know, for example, if the product is at its optimum maturity for immediate consumption. The user obtains an image of a product or range of fresh products with their device. In milliseconds, Artilen identifies the type of product, its degree of ripeness, green, optimal for consumption, or overripe, and identifies eventually if that product has another condition affecting its characteristics: bumps, fungi, chafing, open wounds, crushings, etc. A recommendation for the user is presented on the screen with such data. The user has full access to the information of each product identified by the device in the form of a synoptic sheet, which allows the user to consult the product characteristics, recommendations of management, preservation of the product, or recipes that can be tried with such products.
Okay, this is our solution to improve the food management and training. Okay, what is our business model? Three markets we are going to. It's B2B, so restaurants, markets, supermarket, I talked about before, with a SaaS model business, with a fee or subscription payment per year. The second one is the B2C, so finally we think we can extend this technology to all the people, so to have a free download for all people at the end of this year with advertising revenues. And finally, the institutional, with custom development. Sorry? Okay, my time is over. Thank you very much. Nada.
Thank you, Cesar. Okay, so our next startup brings together culture, heritage, food, and gastronomy in one mobile app. It's coming from Israel. The CEO or co-founder is Michael Weiss. Come on. And the startup name is Bite Mojo, not Bite Mojo. Thank you so much.
Here's the guy with the presentation. Good morning. Buenos dias. People travel the world for one main reason, and that powerful word is experience. We believe that the best way to experience this experience is simply by eating it, by embracing great local food as the window to the heart and souls of places, but furthermore to the heart and souls of the people behind them, the small SMEs that makes destinations what they are. Luckily, we are not the only one to think so, but also the biggest consumer generation on the planet, millennials and Generation Z, travelers that their travel habits are exactly the blueprint on which we have developed Bite Mojo. And exactly based on their travel habits, they have three pains. One, food experiences still considered as the high end of the market, meaning they are not affordable for the long tail of travelers, specifically in this segment. Second, flexibility. These travelers like to discover the place on their own, not being dependent on a guide or a group like most culinary experiences in this market, still demands. And the third one is personalization. Say you are gluten intolerant, say you don't want alcohol, say you want to eat kosher food, you are doomed. The current market cannot accommodate and cater these requirements. And this is exactly where we tapped in. We've developed the first app in the world that disrupts the traditional way culinary experiences are being catered. We've developed an app that provides you an immersive, self-guided, and affordable experience with absolutely nothing but a smartphone. And the best part is that the food is an integral part of the itinerary based on agreement that we signed with hundreds of sellers, defining bites exactly as you've seen in the beginning of my presentation, and also provide them a way to make a mean, because when travelers come in and claim the bite, we pay them a fair amount of money for the bite they provide, and also help them to secure the culture and heritage behind it. So because we're providing an experience and not just information, we have a very simple and powerful business model. We generate up to 40% margin from the price customers pay us and what we pay to the sellers. That also puts us in a very interesting position in the competitive landscape because we have combined the two worlds, the world of digital product, mainly information and tips, to the world of culinary physical experiences that is led by a guide and human factors. Basically, BiteMojo is a B2C by nature, but our go-to-market strategy from day one was B2B2C, in which we have developed the app to also cater the biggest players in the market regarding tour operators and group travel organizers. So BiteMojo is a great asset in their hands because it helps them cater their own clientele with immersive food experiences that are most importantly affordable. That allowed us in 2018 alone to sell more than 30,000 experiences for an early startup like us. So during the past year, we have grown by 60% more. We are now operating in 14 destinations. Most of them are in Europe as the cradle of tourism. In Spain, we work in Barcelona and Madrid, but soon we're going to prioritize San Sebastián after the last 2 days. And maybe the number that I'm proud the most is this one. 80,000 bites were sold in 2018 alone. 80,000 dishes that replaced hands, but most importantly, 80,000 occasions where international money was left on the local level in the hands of the people that need it the most. When you look at our financials, you can see that we are doubling our revenue by the quarter. And today, for 2019, we are aimed to sell close to 65,000 experiences and generate close to $1 million. This is us, the team behind BiteMojo. We're serial entrepreneurs with a black belt in tourism and travel. BiteMojo is our fourth venture, brother or sister to other 3 successful businesses. One of them is the largest gastronomy tourism company in the state of Israel. We have many skills, but I think what defines us the most is our ability in the business development area. There's no door we cannot open and no peak we cannot climb. But instead of bragging about ourselves, I choose to point you to more than 6 different international awards that we won over just the past 2 years for BiteMojo. Some of them from the most profound companies in the commerce and travel that find BiteMojo, for one hand, as a disruptive, innovative technology for culinary experiences, and on the other end, as one of the startups with the highest social impact on local SMEs and culture and heritage. So if you are investors that want to expand your portfolio and tap in to one of the most exciting startups in culinary travel, this is my email address. If you are city or destination managers that want to amplify your culinary offering also to solo travelers and small groups, this is my email address, because more than just technology, BiteMojo is an invitation. It's an invitation to travel the world how you like. It's an invitation to go off the beaten path and find these kind of bites that you wouldn't find anywhere else but in the long tail of flavors like this amazing imaruli. And it's also an invitation to support the people behind these hands, the culinary stars that stuff into this food their heart and soul, their culture and heritage. Thank you very, very much for the opportunity. Food travel rocks.
¿Alguna pregunta? ¿Retomamos la sesión? We can continue.
So, I have to say that since I began to work for the UNWTO, I've been traveling at least to 30 countries with the Secretary General. But I was really amazed because in Macau, we were panelists and we received a very top gift. Could you please, someone can brainstorm and tell us about that gift? What's very important when you travel all around the world? What do you need? And of course, when you are a panelist. What? Water? No. I love water, but no. Sorry? What? Traveling passport? No. So, Secretary General, I don't know if you remember, but we received like a device that can translate in 34 languages. Instantaneous in the instant moment. So this new startup is from Korea, and the founder is from Korea, but is placed in the Czech Republic, and it helps the travelers that cannot speak foreign languages to translate in more than 33 languages the menus on the restaurants where you go. So, John from Dinify, the floor is yours.
Okay, last night I went down to a restaurant for dinner at Arima Hotel. A nice ambience, good staff. But the problem I found was that they didn't have English menu. So I had to use my Google Translate, spent about 5 minutes to figure out what to order there. Everything was okay. I'm sure most of you here must have this kind of situation while you're traveling abroad. So think about this. If you can browse and order from a restaurant menu anywhere in the world, always in your preferred languages, we make this if into reality. Buenos dias, mi nombre es John from Dinify. English is the most common language English is the most common language in cross-border traveling. So most restaurants in travel destinations have their menus in English. But the problem is, there are more than 250 million travelers who cannot speak English, or even more. So even the English menu is no help for them. So they have to depend on families or friends traveling together who speak English, or use circuit translation apps, just like I did last night, or spend some time online to figure out what to eat every time before visiting a restaurant. So again, what if these travelers had their menus in their own languages? So that's why we built Dinify. In Dinify, a restaurant can create a menu in one language, and in our dashboard, then the menu will be automatically translated and published in 33 languages. Then travelers can choose the language of their choice to browse and order from them. And not only this, Dinify is an interactive menu, meaning you can customize and place your orders or call for services, extra services like extra napkins or fork, whatever you need, including payment requests straight from your mobile without having to wait or interact with your servers. In fact, Dinify is not just a multilingual restaurant menu, it's a smart dining solution. And this is what makes Dinify stand out from 3 other competitors. Until 2 days ago, Dinify was an idea, but it's becoming reality because we launched our beta yesterday, and we still need more time to test out our product for stability and scalability, but we are off the ground. We have a B2B and B2C combined business model. B2B for restaurants on monthly subscriptions, and B2C for customers on 1% transaction fee on ticket amount when orders are placed through the app. After all, we are seeing as big as $750 million revenue opportunity per year in worldwide and $500 million in Europe. Spain, Italy, France are our primary markets, and once we get there, we will be ready to go global. We are still a small team of 3. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Dinify with 11 years of experience in the restaurant industry. And Lukash and Mate are young technical co-founders who built the entire product from scratch with a big passion and vision. Until today, we've been self-funded, but to kickstart and grow fast, we are raising pre-seed capital of $400K. We will use this money to accelerate our further product development and marketing for growth to hit the first milestone of 1,500 restaurants by the end of this year, with 600 paying customers by the end of this year. The language barrier is a big global pain shared by hundreds of millions of travelers. And we built a bespoke painkiller with a big vision to make Dinify a must-have travel application for everybody here and make it available in 500,000 restaurants across all over Europe, Asia, and Americas in 5 years. Are you policymakers? Think about bringing Dinify into your cities or countries to enhance your gastronomy tourism into more traveler-friendly way. Your investors help us grow fast to be our next unicorn. Your mentors or advisors, we need your guide to grow fast in the right traction. Thank you very much.
I think you have to come back because here Eneko has a very strong question for you.
Oh, okay.
So a good presentation, thank you. So you mentioned two competitors. So what's your main advantage? What's your main advantage? You mentioned that you have 2 competitors, right?
Yes,
so
3 competitors. Yes.
Yeah. So what's your main advantage?
Okay, currently we have 3 direct competitors in the multilingual menu platform, 2 in France and 1 in Italy. And they are basically like a PDF version of a restaurant menu, but we are interactive. And as I said, it's not just a restaurant interactive menu, but multilingual menu. But it's a smart dining solution, so it can actually digitize the whole restaurant operation also. So it benefits restaurants to save time and improve efficiency. And most of all, no hassle for creating a lot of different languages for their menus, things like that.
Any other questions from the jury? Okay, so we're done. Thank you, John.
Thank you very much.
So it's time to go to the end. I would like to present the last startup, but of course I would like to interact with you. So do you know the correlation between gastronomy and cryptocurrencies? Do you know that Eneco is an expert on cryptocurrencies and he invests in cryptocurrencies? So if you don't know, this is the moment to learn, because yesterday I have to say that when I was mentoring the startups, I got this new solution. So basically, this startup promises to be the first worldwide social restaurant review app using artificial intelligence regarding restaurant recommendations, and of course giving cryptocurrency tokens rewards. So this last startup is from Japan. The name is Jinkan, and Laura is the brand and marketing lead. Nonetheless, here is the founder. So Laura, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. My name is Laura Szymborski, and I'm the brand and marketing lead at Ginkan. We're here from Japan to present our product, SyncroLife. So SyncroLife is the world's first social restaurant review service that offers AI recommendations for restaurants, as well as cryptocurrency token rewards. So SyncroLife is already available for both iOS and Android mobile phones, and we're available in 4 languages in over 150 countries. SyncroLife's mission is to connect the world in a borderless global cryptocurrency token economy, and we want to solve problems both diners and restaurants have been struggling with for years. Today's diners struggle to find good restaurants amongst thousands of average reviews and manufactured search results. SyncroLife solves this problem with our social media interface and our AI recommendations. SyncroLife is social media for food, like Instagram, but only restaurant reviews. So our users come not to criticize restaurants, but to share their good restaurant experiences and to share their favorite restaurants with everyone. Our AI algorithms then sort through this selection of the best restaurants to provide personalized recommendations for each and every user. For restaurants today, many restaurants are struggling with high marketing costs and high advertising costs. SyncroLife also solves these problems with our free-to-sign-up and free-to-use restaurant program. Restaurants only have to pay 5% of the actual sales they get from SyncroLife. Otherwise, it's risk-free for them. We can also help restaurants automate their CRM by reconnecting with people who've been to the restaurant before. Our business model is based on that 5% results-based compensation from restaurants. When users go to a restaurant, when they check out, they can scan a QR code, and that will give them cryptocurrency cash back for dining at the restaurant. They get a small percentage of their bill cash back, and we see how much they spent at the restaurant, and the restaurant pays 5% in advertising fees. We use that 5% to give the cryptocurrency cash back, as well as our revenue. And in the future, we're going to be expanding even more into the fintech industry with cashless payments and other features. The importance of SyncroLife rewarding cryptocurrency rewards instead of just giving in-app points or some kind of fictional reward in the points is that cryptocurrency can be exchanged for money and cash and has equal value worldwide. This allows us to take SyncroLife not just in Japan, where we are now, but overseas, and allows people to earn rewards for dining out and writing restaurant reviews anywhere in the world. Our marketing strategy has several different strategies, but one of our biggest strategies is to partner with media and payment services that are already existing to help accelerate our growth. For example, if you're a payment or a point service that already offers your customers with some kind of cashback reward, you can team up with SyncroLife and add your restaurants or your customers, and they can earn cryptocurrency cashback as well. We're already in discussion with several companies regarding this in Japan, and we are interested in expanding it further overseas in the future. Regarding our operations, SyncroLife launched globally in the summer of 2017, and then we launched our cryptocurrency rewards in August 2018. And last year, we also completed a successful proof of concept campaign at several shopping centers in Japan. Moving forward, our next big step is going to be to launch our restaurant service publicly and officially to all kinds of restaurants. And then later this year, we're going to be adding digital coupons and other CRM services for restaurants. And we're also going to be moving into the payment sector. Although SyncroLife is based in Japan right now, We're really interested to take it overseas. As I mentioned, we're social media for food, and we use cryptocurrency rewards, which allows us to expand borderlessly. We're interested in expanding into South Korea, Taiwan, and other East Asian and Southeast Asian countries first, as they have a similar restaurant industry and similar food culture as Japan. But we're also, of course, interested in here in Europe, in some of the biggest foodie countries in the world. Regarding our funding, we've raised about $1 million in our angel and seed rounds, and right now we are preparing for a Series A round. So we're interested in any kind of investors or business partners that may be interested in our business model. SynchroLife has had a lot of media coverage in Japan. We were part of Plug and Play Japan and won the Best FinTech award for their Batch 1 last year. And we've got significant traction in Japan with over 190,000 user reviews for restaurants already, as well as 460,000 restaurant photos. And this is all user-generated content. We already have over 100,000 restaurants free that users have posted in the app, and we're starting to bring in participating restaurants for our restaurant program now. As for our team, our CEO is Tomochika Kamiya. He's out there in the audience tonight. And this is his second startup. At his last startup, he had over 10 years of restaurant experience. He helped restaurants with online to offline marketing and CRM services. So he's very knowledgeable about the restaurant industry in Japan and Asia. As for our development team, they have extensive blockchain and mobile development experience and have worked on over 50 mobile apps before SynchroLife. So that's us, SynchroLife. Although you may not think at first we are specifically tourism oriented, the big thing about SynchroLife is with our AI recommendations and our rewards, we want to help people connect with local food. So our recommendations for restaurants, you're not going to get chain restaurants, you're not going to get tourist traps. You're getting recommendations from locals, whether that be in your hometown or wherever you travel in the world. Right now, if you're ever interested in coming to Japan, we already have a huge selection of restaurants, and I promise you we can get you some stuff that you won't find on Google or Yelp. So thank you all for listening. Thank you for inviting SynchroLife here today, and we would love to speak with any potential business partners or investors. Thank you very much.
Muchísimas gracias. Gracias a todos los participantes, a doña Natalia Bayona, a doña Anaís Iglesias y, por supuesto, gracias a los finalistas de esta primera competición de startups de turismo gastronómico por ser tan inspiradores. Y muchísima suerte a todos.